I remember being about 2 or 3 years old and living at my grandma's house with my mom. Mom and us kids stayed in one of grandma's rooms that had a painting of a man and a young girl in a boat on the wall. Every night I had to look up into the barely lit room to a painting that looked into my little soul. It was like the people in the picture came to life. The girl was staring at me. I was traumatized. I would cry, and Mama would get mad because I wouldn't go to sleep. She would put us kids to bed early, so it was just us kids in the room, and she wouldn't be in there till later. So there I was, just staring at the painting as the painting stared back at me. That painting still sits in my memory forever, labeled part of my childhood trauma. Was it just my imagination? Or do paintings contain energy and a life of their own? Well, this video isn't about the painting that haunts my childhood. It's about a painting that is said to really be giving nightmares to anyone who hangs it on their wall. The allure of a haunted reputation can significantly amplify the intrigue surrounding a work of art. A painting that may otherwise be appreciated for its emotional depth and artistic technique can ascend to a new level of fascination when whispers of the supernatural are involved. Such is the case with a painting by Svetlana Telets, which, despite being somewhat unremarkable on its own, has gained notoriety on the internet due to claims of being haunted or cursed. The mere suggestion of a ghostly presence has captivated audiences. When searching for information about Svetlana Telets' artistic career, one is met with information void. The internet yields only a single narrative about her work, invariably described with words like shocking or spooky. This uniformity in storytelling, coupled with a lack of variation in verifiable sources, should prompt skepticism regarding the validity of the haunting claims. Yet, for some, the peculiar aura of the painting, known as the rainwoman, is sufficient evidence of the supernatural associations. The rainwoman depicts exactly what the painting suggests: a woman in the rain. Her facial features are elongated, lending to a unique character to the piece that might remind some of Art Deco. A dramatic oversized hat provides her protection from the elements, contributing to her porcelain-like appearance. Consistently, the haunting tale of this painting is characterized by two main features online. Firstly, the narrative remains unchanged across various platforms, with minor discrepancies at most. Secondly, the story is perpetually lacking any credible sourcing. Although there are occasional nebulous references to newspaper articles, no reputable publication has been found to corroborate the sensational claims of a haunted painting. As the story goes, Tillet's felt something strange happening in the 6 months before painting it. It was 1996 when she first started noticing flashes of light in the corner of her eye. She'd turn and look, and nothing would be there. But she felt something watching. Always, allegedly. One day, this artist, with no other paintings to be found online, felt something guide her hand. Far from being moved by the muse, she felt sure it was the thing that was watching her, imploring the tendons in her hand to flex and stiffen, until she was left with a completed rainwoman. Some websites claim it took her 5 hours, others 6. Either way, A ghost was inhibiting Telets like an oil painting puppeteer. The painting is quite expressionistic in style. The woman seen from roughly waist up, elongated and distorted in the background, gives more the idea of a stormy sky than the literal presentation of one. The woman dressed in black, every inch of her covered up except her face. Her eyes are downcast and her expression inscrutable. She wears a large hat, also black, with a wide brim extending to either side of the frame. She then went on to put it up for sale at a local art shop, where it was bought and promptly returned, time and time again. The first buyer, a lonely businesswoman, hung the painting in her bedroom, but soon regretted it. She felt like someone was watching her and couldn't sleep, even after removing the painting from the wall. The second buyer, a young man, thought the painting would look great in his living room, but he soon regretted the decision and brought it back to the artist. He was even willing to pay half the amount just to be rid of it. He claimed that the woman in the painting haunted him, appearing every night and following him like a shadow. The third buyer thought he had seen the painting before and was sure they would get along. He was wrong. The white eyes of the woman in the painting seemed to follow him everywhere, and he felt like he was drowning in them. He returned the painting to the store immediately. Svetlana believes that every painting comes into being for a specific person, and that there is someone out there for whom her Woman of the Rain was painted. But beware, for those who buy this painting may find themselves haunted by the Woman in the Rain and the sadness in her eyes. As one website described in such a detailed fashion, it suggests that they either had more intimate details of the rainwoman case than currently online. Her modus operandi is as follows. Once the subject has been brought into Target's home, Target will be subject to activity and experiences including, but not limited to, sleeplessness, nightmares, general misfortune, conflict with others, living in the home, the feeling of constantly being watched. A YouTuber retells the story of Svetlana Telets' Woman of the Rain. A Ukrainian journalist reached out to the church for a comment on what could be causing the paranormal experiences associated with Woman of the Rain by Svetlana Telets. Father Vitaly Galeskovich, who serves at the Transfiguration Cathedral in Venezia and holds a doctorate in theology, holds the view that art can be categorized as either spiritual or emotional in nature. He describes the painting under discussion as one that resonates with emotion rather than being divinely inspired. He advises those considering purchasing art to be mindful of their emotional reactions and the lingering impression that the artwork leaves on them. Father Vitali suggests that an artist transfers their emotional state into their art during its creation, and it's uncertain which forces or influences might be at play in the process. He points out that even if a painting is blessed, it might not counteract negative influences if the artwork was created under impure circumstances. The notorious reputation of the Woman of the Rain may have predisposed buyers to link odd occurrences to the painting, potentially due to the power of suggestion, leading them to perceive and hear things that may not have actually be present. It's possible that the painting could have made them more receptive to paranormal phenomena that was always there, yet unnoticed. Art undeniably has an impact on us, often triggering a flood of thoughts and emotions that can lead to both laughter and tears. However, there are instances where certain works of art are associated with more sinister outcomes. For example, the Crying Boy painting by Bruno Amadio is infamously linked to a spate of house fires. The stories of haunted locations, dolls, and other supposed cursed objects are numerous, and those involving notable paintings are especially chilling. It remains ambiguous whether the distress caused by such paintings is due to their unsettling nature, or, as some believe, a malevolent spirit is attached to them. Perhaps one of the most haunted paintings in the world, The Anguished Man, has accumulated many scary stories. No one knows who exactly painted the piece, but it's known that the artist mixed his blood into the paint and soon after the painting was finished, committed suicide. The current owner of the painting, Sean Robinson, said that he inherited it from his grandmother, who believed it to be cursed. When the man hung up the piece in his bedroom, the family started hearing whispering and crying at night, as well as seeing a shadowy figure. What do you think about these paintings being cursed or haunted? Is it possible? Would you hang them on your wall? While it remains doubtful that this painting was cursed or even real, it's a harmless exercise and an embellishment that even the greatest of artworks weren't immune to. The fact that the Mona Lisa's eyes are said to follow you around a room only makes you more likely to visit and see it for yourself. So, in a strange way, the growing trend of these ghost stories is encouraging people to be curious about the real thing. A win for painters and paranormal fans everywhere. Alright, guys, that concludes this episode of Tales Told in the Dark. Let me know what you guys think. Are you scared of some paintings? Do you think some are haunted? What's your favorite painting? What's the scariest painting you've seen? Let me know in the comments. Hope you guys like, subscribe, share, and thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you next time, I hope. Right here.